Welcome to Around the House, sponsored by RoMac Building Supply. I'm your host, McGruder. Today we're in Dunnellon, Florida at a job site talking about roofing. And that's our subject today. When do you need a roof? How do you get it replaced? And what are the signs of a good roof? Joining me today is the owner of Curry's Roofing, Mike Curry. Mike, we're so glad to be that you're joining us today. Take a few minutes and first tell us about Curry's Roofing.
Curry's Roofing was started in 2007. My wife, myself, and my brother started Curry's Roofing. I'd been in the trade since 1998. Learned my way around a roof, learned my way around managing an office, decided to take the plunge on my own. So between my wife, my brother, and myself, we started in November 2007. And we had to learn our ways. We made our mistakes in the beginning, corrected things, and learned the process of running a successful roofing company. We do mostly tear off shingle residential houses, but we also do metal, very small commercial, but we do commercial work. And we do a majority of roofing repairs. Not everyone needs to replace their roof to make it function. You might just need a small repair or a large repair to get you the time you need. So that's been kind of our thing. It took us from 2007 to today. And, now we do between 450 to 500 re-roofs per year.
So you're one of the larger roofing companies in Central Florida. And what areas do you cover, Mike?
So we are state licensed. We can go anywhere in the state. We obviously like to keep it local. We obviously serve Citrus County. We do like to do Hernando, Sumter, Marion, and Levy as well. That's the 4 counties touching Citrus. So that's kind of the perimeter we like to stay in. But if need be, we can go anywhere in the state of Florida and work.
And Mike, what is your predominant shingle brand that you're using?
So we are solely a GAF shingle installer. We are certified with GAF. We install their lifetime shingles, the architectural shingle, and we like to stay with them. They offer a good warranty and good support to their installers, and also good coverage for the consumer.
Now, Mike, we're in Dunnellon today, and we're at a home you're re-roofing, and it's an investment property. And I know there's a lot of investment properties and older homes that need to be re-roofed. First off, give us, in your view, what are the signs that you could tell a homeowner that it's time to replace their roof?
The number one big one, the one that most customers don't miss and they call us, is obviously a leak. You get the stain on your drywall, or you get water dripping in your house. That's a sign that you got a problem, so you call us. Now that's when the problem has gotten to the furthest points, when it's getting into your house. There's signs like curling, lifting shingles, shingles cracking and breaking, shingles blowing away, or shingles just losing their granulation to a point where they don't protect the house anymore. That's a lot of signs you can see preventatively before you get to the leaking stage.
And let's be honest with you, Florida's harsh climate, the heat and the temperatures and the wind and the rain, it's sort of tough on shingles, isn't it?
Absolutely. The shingles are made tougher and better every time they come out with a new brand. These particular shingles, basically have about a 20-year lifespan.
Yeah, because 20 years ago they were making 25-year architectural. Now I think they're up to 35 years and a limited lifetime, aren't
Absolutely, they? Yes, sir.
All right, so let's first talk about this job here.
Okay.
Tell us about this project out here. How big a project it is, what you're doing, and what's going on with this project.
So what we have here is we have an investor that's looking to sell the house. Obviously, with a sell, a lot of times you have to put a new roof on to make the sale happen. This particular customer is putting the roof on prior to the sale. So they contacted us because of the age of the roof. We come out and make contact with the customer. We get up on the roof and do an actual physical measurement. Not no GPS, Eagle View, this. So we get up on the roof and we measure it, and we give you a written bid right then. Once we come to an agreement on the terms of the job, we go to the county, pull permits, which takes 2 to 3 days, and we'll get you on the schedule. The crew shows up to do the demo. The supplier loads the shingles on the roof. We install the roof. The county comes out and inspects it.
So it's a pretty seamless process. So I guess what you're telling me, if someone thinks they have a bad roof, first thing they do, they can give you a call. Now, what's a good number they can give you a call at, Mike?
So they can reach us. We have an office located in Crystal River, Florida. The number is 352-795-4444.
And how long does it generally take for you to get an estimate? Go out. First off, someone were to call today, when can they expect to see you generally, Mike? And then how long before they get an estimate on the project?
So we have a 24-hour turnaround, with the exception of maybe just weather or a bad day. If you call us on a Monday, you're getting an estimate on a Tuesday. You're going to have a price before we leave your house.
Now, I notice on this roof that we're behind us, they're using a synthetic felt, but we're also seeing a lot of people use peel and sticks. Give me your opinion of peel and stick felt to go on the roofing, because to me in Florida, that's just a must.
Yes, sir. So the codes have changed over the years, and they've made a minimum code that you have to meet. Now, the synthetic felt meets the minimum code. With everything else, if you want to beef your system up and be a little more assured that you have a foolproof roof, you can use what we call a peel and stick underlayment. Peel and stick underlayment self-seals every nail that penetrates the shingle because it's a rubberized underlayment. It also gives you a barrier of insulation. It makes you kind of have a seal-proof roof where there's no leaks and air and stuff getting out of your attic. And in the event we had a storm where shingles were blew off your roof, as long as the peel and stick wasn't tore up or hit by a tree or something like that, your roof won't leak because the peel and stick will keep it sealed.
Now, one thing I noticed, your guys are doing a fantastic job. They're laying the shingles down properly. One issue on a lot of roofs is valleys.
Yes, sir.
How do you guys do your valleys to make sure there's no leaks in that valley?
So what we do is we do a 2-inch offset cut. In the opinion of myself, there's many ways to do a valley, and obviously I do it the only way I think is proper, which is the 2-inch offset cut. There's what we call a California weave, which is actually not allowed in the state of Florida, where you just wrap the shingles as you go up. There's also a way to run your shingle cut directly in the center of the valley. We like to have that offset to give the water flow, so it's not just in the center of your valley, and when it makes that 2-inch flow, it kind of slows down the speed of the water, and it kind of diverts it. And that's just another tactic that we do to make sure you have a leak-proof roof.
All right, so say someone's called you up, come out, done a bid, agreed on a price, you pull a permit, you do the roof, get everything done, and 2 years later they have a problem with the roof. Something's not right. Yeah. What happens at Curry's Roofing?
So we give all of our customers a 10-year workmanship warranty.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, sir. We wanted to let you know that we put our last name on our company because we feel that confident to stand behind our work. We're going to stand behind you with any issue that you have. We may come out and find out that it is not a workmanship issue. It may be a material issue. That's why we use GAF. We go to those guys who are great on standing behind their product to fix things. But if it's an install issue, we go ahead and take care of it. Now, unfortunately, with a roof leak, sometimes you get a stain in the ceiling. We don't stop with just fixing your roof. If you have a leak and we get a stain on the ceiling, we'll hire a contractor to come in and do your interior repairs.
Wow, that's tremendous. Mike, one thing about the roofing industry is known for having a lot of unscrupulous contractors. Now, your reputation in the tri-state area, all throughout Central Florida, is impeccable. But how can a homeowner identify if they're dealing with an unscrupulous roofer? What are some of the signs you see every day of people trying to scam homeowners?
Yeah. So number one, you don't want a guy to come knock on your door and solicit you for work.
Absolutely not. That's illegal, isn't it?
It actually is illegal, although it's done every day. You want to stay away from that guy. You want to stay away from the guy that wants you to just sign something real quick and get out the door. In my opinion, another thing is I want to hire a contractor that's got an office where I can go track him down if there's an issue and not have to look him down riding in his truck around town.
Can I ask you something? When you talk about signing stuff, what about giving money up front, deposits?
So
what's your what's your roof? I know the price of material is very expensive these
Yeah.
days. And I know generally on a lot of jobs, people are asking for deposits for material, but what's a fair deposit, or what do you do?
So we like a 10% deposit. The reason we take a deposit is because the minute you tell us to go away, we start doing work on the project. We're pulling permits, we're going to the county, we're spending money to get this thing started. In the event you change your mind for any reason whatsoever, the deposit just covers the work done at that point. The guys who want, half down up front or something like that, you kind of got to stay away from those guys, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't take much to get the job started, and you got to have money at the end to pay for the material and pay for the labor. So a fair deposit, in my opinion, is like 10% up front.
Well, another thing, you're a roofer with a license. How important is to hire a roofer with an actual license?
Oh, it's absolutely important, and you want a permit pulled on your project, no doubt, because what they're looking for in today's time is not the actual physical condition of your roof, but the paperwork that leads up behind it. So they're wanting to look and see in the public records that there's been a permit pulled to put a roof on this in, the last 10, 12 years.
Well, in fact, one of the biggest issues with the insurance agent industry right now is that people that didn't pull permits for the roof, they're trying to determine whether they're going to insure the roof, but because they pulled no permit, they said you hadn't replaced the roof in 25 years, so that's critical.
Absolutely, and I've been called out on several occasions that said, my nephew is a roofer and he did this job on a weekend for me 2 years ago and the roof's brand new, but the insurance company won't buy it. It's because he did it without a permit, and on public records, you don't have a new roof.
And then I guess the last thing, wrapping up this unscrupulous contractor thing, roofing contractor, is insurance. Your insurance, because if you allow someone to get on your roof doesn't have insurance, it's bad news.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Explain what type of insurance you have to have.
So we carry a liability and a workers' comp policy. We give you a copy of it when we give you an estimate. We're telling you exactly who we use, the amount of our coverage, and where you can call them. Every guy that steps up on the roof is covered under that insurance, which gives the homeowner peace of mind that, unfortunately, in the event someone falls off the roof, they're not going to be sued because they are covered by their workers' comp insurance.
And Mike, just to wrap up everything, we're a month or so from hurricane season. Things could change dramatically in a month or so. If we do have a hurricane, what should they do as far as repairs and calling a roofer?
Well, you always want to be up to speed on your insurance policy, because when it is storm related, the deductibles are different.
Generally 2% of your home value.
Yeah, yes, sir. The proactive person would have their roof project wrapped up prior to this, but you have to take into account, just as we do at Curry's Roofing, with our workload this time of year, we got to be very precautious. Number one, at Curry's Roofing, when a storm's named and we're in any kind of threat, we do not come out and tear off a roof, because a roof takes a little bit of time to solar seal and come together to stick. If we laid up a roof today, had high winds, hurricane type high winds, next day you're liable to lose some shingles because the roof hasn't sealed. So just keep yourself prepared, pay attention to the status of your roof, look for the small telltale signs that there's an issue, and my best advice to anyone is be proactive.
And Mike Curry, thank you for joining us today. You gave us great information. One more time, if someone wants to talk to you about a roof, what's your good phone number they can call you?
You can reach us at the office at Curry's Roofing at 352-795-4444.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you for joining us today on Around the House. For more helpful tips, go to aroundthehouse.tv. Until next time, we will see you around the house.
To rooftop, RoMac's got you covered.